Good morning everyone, hope you're all okay. Right, today is Friday the 3rd of February and I'm coming on to show you this that I've made for the lovely Crafting Vicky over in Canada. We decided to do a flourish swap. So, and we'd decided on 15 pages. So I've had my scales at the side of me. I've got my prices book at the side, and I said to Vicky that I'm going to go for the 250 grams because she'll come into World Zone 1 of the pricing, but I'm not quite sure yet whether it will go flat as a large letter, which is in the orange, £4.75, or whether it'll be a parcel at £5 10 because I've decided that I don't want to sort of say, oh no, I'm not doing international. I don't want to be frightened of them going missing because it's a shame, you know, it's a shame to let that put you off, but at the same time it's quite expensive. So if I do international, I want to keep it to round about costing £5, no more, because if you go up into the next, I mean, ideally I'd love to go into the next bracket of 500 grams, but that's going to be £7.80, or if it's Australia or New Zealand, it'll be, you know, nearly £9, and I just can't afford that. So if I keep it to 250 grams. Anyway, I'm coming on to show you, not to twaddle on about that, but I just thought I would tell you how I'm sort of working it out, because it's so easy to get carried away, but I think I've about done it. Right, so I had great fun. Oh, I'm just obsessed now with doing these, and with these, for anybody that's not seen before, I use these Tyvek bags, mailing bags that I've had given me, and I used a mixture of Dilutions paint and the Pebios, the iridescent Pebios, sort of mixed a bit up together. Vicky said she doesn't mind what, but her channel picture is greens and purples, and I've noticed she uses greens and purples, so that's what I've gone for. And I think I'm really quite pleased with it. I decided to doodle around the edges of the stencils. I haven't put beads on here, Vicky, because that would, I think, send it over the weight. So, but I don't know whether you'll want to take them off and use them, or you can put some beads on. I did just put one little one of my homemade Tyvek beads on there. Just tied a good knot and pulled it through, and then just tied some little bits of eyelash trim there. It's just a piece of elastic. That's where the paper goes through. It's just this is pound elastic from the Tiger shop. So the UK ones I've been stuffing a load in there, but obviously for the weight wise I can't. I've just put a piece of excuse me, the paper, the blot off sheet at the end of my painty session. I got a piece of paper and I've just put that in there. So I've got one of the maps that I got from the scrap store the other day, but I've had to cut it up because it weighed too much. It's of the London Underground. Thought that might be of interest. Piece of my textured paper that I use on my jelly plate, wallpaper. Some bubble gum. My daughter bought me a load of bubble gums. So I've saved those wrappers. I knew they'd come in for something one day. And a little Mojo. These are little chews. Little sticky chewy sweet things. So if ever you lose your Mojo, Vicky. This paper, this was brilliant. I got this for Christmas. My stepbrother bought me a beautiful bath bombs and soap set for Christmas, and it was all wrapped up in this paper. This is a card that must have had 20 years. Can't remember where they came from. There was postcards, and it's part of a set from the Lara Croft, because we used to be into Lara Croft on the PlayStation. Was it PlayStation? Yeah, PlayStation, I think. So whether it was from a magazine, don't know, but I've got a set of these, so that's from there. Some vintage scraps that came from a car boot, had them yonks. I think one of you ladies sent me something in this bag. Again, can't quite remember. Don't know where that came from. Don't know whether I picked it up in a pub or my daughter gave me it. Don't know. That's a little beer mat. This is a little Satsuma, little oranges bag. I love these. Mr. Doodle started buying them and I said, save me the bags, please. I've put her a little, one of my homemade feathers in, and that's a piece of napkin that Shannon Green did. Oh, I've had this done a couple of years. Shannon Green did, where you put glue down. I can't quite remember, but she's got a video and you put glue down and then your napkin, and yeah, that's one of those. This is a piece of junk mail, pizzas, junk mail. So you can get some free pizza now, look. That's a couple of pieces of sellotape that I put on the jelly plate and pull the paint off. Piece out of the Dennis the Menace book. This is a piece of paper when we went on holiday last year. We went to, where did it go? The Lake District, and we went out for a meal one lunchtime. Oh, the Lakeland Museum, that's where it was. Big motor museum, well, all sorts of things, oldie worldy things. It's brilliant, it was. Anyway, we went for a meal, and this was on the tray, and I thought, I like that. That's just a thing off the bananas, a couple of more vintagey scraps. That's a piece that I got from that place that I'm not supposed to share with. That's from McDonald's, I think. Yeah, I think that's a McDonald's, one of the things that are on the trays. That's out of the margarine tub. That's quite quirky. This I got from, I love this image, I love it. These are from napkins from the Tiger shop. Haven't been here, but this is a leaflet that we picked up when we was on holiday last year. This is a piece of paper that I got free in a magazine. That's fused wax paper that Shannon Green did. Well, she didn't do that piece, but yeah, and I went mad. That was either last year, I think it was the year before actually. I went mad doing all sorts of things. Another napkin from can't remember, Aldi. This is wrapping paper that I've had for absolutely donkey's years. This is one of my envelopes that I did last week with the Pebeo paint. Love that, the colours are lovely. Just stuck some little goodies in there, and I've just cut that little piece so you can still open it. Oh, and then there's some, I'm not going to take those out, but there's some of my little houses that I did with the butterfly punch. In there, that paper again, or another, this is, we get these free through the door, Red Cross things. This is another leaflet I picked up from on holiday, yeah, Cumbria. Don't realise how much paper weighs, do you? So I haven't put so many pockets and that in, and I don't know. Sent you some money, looks, £50, because they love you that much. I can't remember where I picked these up from. Oh, that's one that I fused onto something. I can't remember. Nina's just done a video of fusing the napkins, and I'd done some a couple of years ago. I don't think it was Shannon Green. I can't remember who I watched, and I really cannot remember. I know I tried with cling film, but I need to go back to my stuff and try and have a look, see which method I used. I've got a feeling that I used like an industrial cling wrap thing, but so that's one of those, and then some bits of my painty papers, another vintage scraps thing. Put some more of my painty papers in there, doodled flowers and borders that Eileen McInnes, I saw her do those, so I went through a phase of doing loads of those. Oh, that piece in there, I don't know whether you can see it. Can I get it out? That piece with the birdie on, I bought some glass worktop savers when I was doing the dendritic printing, and this was on the back of it, so I just pulled it off so I could just use the glass. Oops, that was that. That we was in the pub once, and the drinks came on one of these, and I said to the lady, "Oh, can I keep that?" It was on the underneath glass, you know how they are, and she brought me a few. She said, "Oh yeah, you can have some more." So I've got a few of those to give away. That's a little ticket that when we went to the museum. This is off the front of a fabric softener bottle. I love that. They don't do them now, but they did. I don't know whether it was last year, the year before. Did a little for a while. They did pretty bottles. Some more of my painty bits of paper. That was a doily that I used on the jelly plate. Back to there again. So I hope that's okay for you, Vicky. I say it is a shame that we have to restrict what, you know, the amount that we put in, but well, I do hope you like it, and I hope you like the cover. I really love it. And say I've noticed that you've got green and purple and that, and I was going to do around the butterflies with my white pen, but my white pen wasn't working, and I thought, no, I'm not doing white, I'll do gold. I love, because I used these ones, but I used the gold ones, Signo Broad. I love these pens. I'm sure I bought some more of the white ones well, quite a while ago, but as usual I don't know where I've put them. So that is my Flow-ish journal for Vicky. Need to tie that on there a bit better, don't I? Otherwise it's going to be all over the place. And then I'm going to wrap it up in this lovely tissue paper. I think I'm going to try and do it flat to start with. I got this from, I'll just show you the bag in case anybody wants to get it. I got it from the Works last year sometime, and there's 20 sheets. I think that's really good value. So I'm going to wrap it in that. I think that's lovely. And let's just have a weigh up, shall we? I've got three flows on the go this week. I need to put her a little note in, and by the time I've put the note in, I think it should come to about, bearing in mind the shop scales are always a bit different. I think this was about 230. Yeah, 230, so So by the time I get a note in, I like to get it off so I've got as much in there for my money. So thank you ever so much for watching, everyone, and I really hope you like it, Vicky, and thank you ever so much for doing the swap with me. It's been great fun. I've thoroughly enjoyed making it for you. So take care, and I'll leave the link to Vicky's channel. Take care, everyone. Bye.